Tell me a little bit about your motivation for running for governor.
Well, I'm just not satisfied where the state's headed. You know, the unemployment rate is now higher than the national average. We've lost 112,000 jobs in the private sector in the last year, and we have a jobless rate that's as high as it's been since 1982. And I look at all that and realize at the same time the state budget is the largest we've ever had in history, and it's one of the largest in the state, or excuse me, one of the largest in the country. And I just think that we can do better in this state, and I think the majority of the people aren't satisfied, and they want us to do better as well.
As Milwaukee County executive, do you see a lot of the same things on the local scale?
Well, certainly I got into that race, even though I grew up in a small town, moved up to the area, live in Wauwatosa, and about 7 years ago at this time, I wasn't satisfied with what was happening there either. And I see that jobs, budgets, reform are all things that are on top of people's mind. They were when I first ran for county executive. I think they're the sorts of things that people are concerned about here in the state of Wisconsin. And we're going to offer an agenda. We're going to talk about, in places like the Coulee region and all across the state, we're going to talk about jobs, cutting taxes to bring more jobs in, controlling government spending to make it affordable for people to live here, as well as talking about things like quality education, both K through 12 as well as beyond when we go to colleges and universities like UW-La Crosse. We're going to talk about access to quality and affordable health care, and we're going to talk about easing litigation, frivolous lawsuits, so that companies and farmers across the state can continue to add jobs.
Okay, now that you've announced it, what kind of response have you been hearing?
Unbelievable. We had, on Tuesday, we crisscrossed the state. We had more than 1,000 people at all of our different sites. We ended up on Wednesday starting our first full day of campaigning in Delavan, the small town where I grew up, and really talked about the values I got growing up there and the values I carry with me today. And now we knew this weekend we'd be here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, again in La Crosse in the Coulee region. And we're not only going to be at the convention, but making other stops throughout the community and throughout this region to let people know we're serious about believing in Wisconsin again.
What are you looking forward to most during this campaign?
Well, I think the interaction. You know, we're trying very much. We've got a website, scottwalker.org, where not only we have the typical things on a website, we've got a lot of YouTube ads coming up. We've got Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and MySpace. We're really looking to be much more interactive than campaigns ever have in the past, not just for young people. Certainly we want young people involved, but I think increasingly people of all ages are getting more connected via not only the internet, but via different electronic means. And so instead of the traditional kind of trash talk your opponent, we're going to be talking about our vision, our hopes, our dreams for the future. I think it's a great contrast. Governor Doyle and his allies are really taking us with a series of policies back to the past, to the hopelessness we had years ago in the early 80s. We're going to talk about a vision that brings us forward into the future with a better and brighter future for Wisconsin. And I think having this kind of virtual town hall meeting where we have a conversation with people is something I'm really looking forward to.
You're in La Crosse this weekend. What are you looking forward to most at the convention?
Well, for us, just kind of the enthusiasm. We've got tremendous support. I've crisscrossed the state even since the start of the year. I've been in La Crosse 5 times. I've traveled thousands of miles. What we're looking for from this convention is really kind of a rocket-type takeoff from this place forward. Because really, as of Saturday, it's a year and a half till the election. It's not 2 years, it's a year and a half. And so we'd like to come out of this convention with the momentum, not only amongst Republicans, but just overall with people who are not satisfied with the state, who want to believe in Wisconsin again. And I think that's what we're going to see this weekend.
Yeah, great. That's really the basic questions I had for you. Is there anything else that you'd like to add that we didn't talk about?
I think you covered it pretty well.